The market is starting to pick up this week, but not really because of Avatar The Last Airbender previews. Get all the details right now in this latest edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. This video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now, you can pre-order Avatar The Last Airbender products as well as Lorwyn Eclipse, or find any number of other great items on their website, magic related or otherwise. Remember, shipping is free in the US if your order is over $100 or consists only of singles. Just look in the description or the comment section below for direct links to their site. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to another edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. As I said in the cold open, business is picking up a little bit after several slow weeks in the market. Avatar The Last Airbender previews are in full swing, but honestly, they're not having a huge impact on card prices quite yet. We'll have to see how things unfold in the coming weeks. This time, we're going to be looking at the top 10 coldest cards and the top 10 hottest cards of the week. As always, our lists are based on two pieces of criteria: the percentage change in the value of the cards, as well as the change in the number of sales from week to week. We'll quickly look at the cold cards and then spend a little more time on the cards moving up in price. Before we get into it though, just a couple fast things. I do want to say thank you to one of the viewers who gave a super thanks tip last week, and that is Swampy Boy. Swampy Boy, thank you for all your support. Thank you for stopping by the streams as well. Definitely nice to have some folks in chat to talk to when I'm doing my MTG Arena streams. Really appreciate everything. And I also want to say thank you to one of our gold patrons, and that is Marcos Ong. Marcos, thank you for your support on Patreon. It goes a really long way. Truly could not do this without viewers like yourself. So thank you, Marcos. And now, without any further ado, let's get into it. We'll begin with the top 10 coldest cards of the week. Now, most of our cold cards are ones that were moving up recently. There are also some Spider-Man cards on here too, which isn't too surprising since a lot of product has been opened. Let's begin though with number 10, Charred Foyer / Warp Space. This is down $1 to $2.50. That's a 29% decrease. This has been hot recently because it's been seeing play in Commander decks around new cards like Tanic Steadfast Second from Edge of Eternities and Gwen Stacy / Ghost Spider from Marvel Spider-Man. Now though, Charred Foyer / Warp Space is sliding down as the market moves on to other things. Number 9, Generous Pup, down $1.01 to $7.99. That's an 11% decrease. Like the previous card, this had been climbing due to increased Commander play. Many players were grabbing it to upgrade the Final Fantasy Counter Blitz Commander deck. Again though, the market moves fast and Generous Pup is on the way back down. Coming in at number 8, Monument to Endurance, down $1.04 to $9.74. That's a 10% decrease. This is in Pioneer Orzhov Greasefang, and it's been seeing more Commander play and builds around Norman Osborn / Green Goblin from Marvel Spider-Man. It had been climbing slowly through the fall, but this week it dipped some. Monument to Endurance is still more expensive than it was when the price began to move up in mid-September though. Moving down one spot this week to number 7, Norman Osborn, down $1.22 to $10.50. That's a 10% decrease. This is one of the 2 cards from the Marvel Spider-Man set that made the cold list this week. Number 6 is Marneus Kelgar, down $1.27 to $9.97. That's an 11% decrease. This is the regular foil copy from the Warhammer 40k Forces of the Imperium Commander deck. Speculators grabbed copies of this a few weeks back after Bitterbloom Bearer was previewed from Lorwyn Eclipse. This week though, Marneus is sliding back down a little. Number 5, Surly Badgersaur, down $1.27 to $9.99. That's an 11% decrease. This is from the Commander 2020 Timeless Wisdom deck. It has been seeing a little more Commander play and builds around Norman Osborn / Green Goblin, but now players are looking ahead to Avatar The Last Airbender and Lorwyn Eclipse, so Surly Badgersaur retracts some this week. Number 4 is Arena of the Ancients from Chronicles, down $1.68 to $15.80. That's a 7% decrease. A few weeks ago, the T-Beard on Instagram shared a reel discussing Arena of the Ancients' potential in Commander. Many players and speculators considered the fact that Universe Beyond sets have been printing a lot of legendary creatures recently, and they decided to grab copies of this. These type of spikes never hold though, and Arena of the Ancients has been coming down, although some are still picking it up for Commander decks around Kratos God of War from the Sony PlayStation God of War Greek Secret Lair. Moving down one spot this week to number 3, Gwenum Remorseless, down $1.83 to $11.34. That's a 14% decrease. This is our other Marvel Spider-Man card that's moving down, and like Norman Osborn / Green Goblin, this has been getting a good amount of Commander play. Coming in at number 2 is Reaper King. The Shadowmoor copy goes down $2.10 to $19.06. That is a 10% decrease. The Mystery Booster Retail Edition, that one only comes in foil, it's down $3.91 to $19.92. That's a 16% decrease. A couple weeks ago, we saw the first Changeling creature previewed from Lorwyn Eclipsed, and that was Mutable Explorer. Once that happened, Reaper King spiked aggressively. This is often used as a commander for Changeling-centric builds, so speculators bought it up. Now though, many copies of Reaper King are hitting the market as sellers try to take advantage of the higher price point. That additional supply has led to some retraction. And number 1 is Intuition from Tempest, down $25 to $217.99. That's a 10% decrease. This spiked a few weeks ago. It is a solid card in Pre-Modern, and it has been seeing more Commander play recently in both regular and 1v1 Dual Commander. In Dual Commander, it's been appearing in builds around Superior Spider-Man, and in regular Commander, it's been in decks around Cosmic Spider-Man. Both of those, of course, are from the Marvel Spider-Man main set. Like I said earlier, the market moves fast though, and even reserve list cards find themselves retracting as the market's attention shifts. Alright, time for the main event, the top 10 hottest cards of the week. Let's begin with number 10, Thieving Varmint, up $1.70 to $3.50. That's a 94% increase. This is from the Outlaws of Thunder Junction Grand Larceny Commander deck. It has been in Commander builds around cards like Conti Canny Acquisitor from its Precon, and Tiny Bones Bauble Burglar, for example. Recently, though, Thieving Varmint has been getting additional play in decks around a couple new cards, which has led to the price jump you see here. Those are Nathan Drake Treasure Hunter from the Sony PlayStation Uncharted Secret Lair, and to a lesser degree around Black Cat Cunning Thief from Marvel Spider-Man. Number 9 is Pendril Mists, up $1.79 to $9.35. That's a 24% increase. This reserve list card was dry online this week, and the price bumped up a little. It does see occasional Commander and even Pre-Modern play, but it really hasn't found any consistent homes yet. Moving up 2 spots this week to number 8, Entangler, up $2.83 to $12. That's a 31% increase. This is a very old one-print wonder that up until recently had only seen light Commander play. Sometimes it would be in builds around Brago King Eternal, for example. Entangler is jumping now though because it's seeing additional Commander play around some new cards, including Anti-Venom Horrifying Healer and Cosmic Spider-Man from Marvel Spider-Man, as well as Jin Sakai Ghost of Tsushima from the Sony PlayStation Ghost of Tsushima Secret Lair. Moving down 3 spots this week to number 7, Ashling the Extinguisher, up $3.43 to $10.95. That's a 46% increase. It doesn't happen much anymore, but this is an Eventide rare that has yet to be reprinted, so I think it might be time for my one per video. I might have to change that to once every several months, but anyway, you know that during this time period in Magic there was a recession in the game, and less packs of Eventide as well as some other sets were cracked. Due to the lower supply, some of these cards, especially the rares that have not been reprinted, tend to spike when there's some attention on them. So why are people paying attention to this now? Well, it's another card the Commander players want for their new builds around Jin Sakai Ghost of Tsushima from the Sony PlayStation Ghost of Tsushima Secret Lair. Moving up 1 spot this week to number 6, The Lost and the Damned, up $3.46 to $9.65. That's a 56% increase. This is from the Ruinous Powers Warhammer 40k Commander deck. It would show up occasionally in Commander builds around cards like Loot the Key to Everything, or Averna the Chaos Bloom, for example. However, recently the Marvel Spider-Man set brought us several cards that encourage you to play spells from places other than your hand. Many have the Mayhem mechanic, which lets you cast a card with Mayhem from your graveyard. In fact, The Lost and the Damned is now seeing increased Commander play and builds around a couple cards from Marvel Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy / Ghost Spider, and Norman Osborn / Green Goblin. Quickly before we get to our top 5, just a fast reminder, this video is sponsored by Flipside Gaming. Check out flipsidegaming.com for all your gaming needs. Right now you can pre-order Avatar The Last Airbender products there. You can also pre-order Lorwyn Eclipsed as well, and they have a whole lot of other things on their website, Magic related and otherwise. Remember, for orders over $100 or it consists only of singles, shipping will be free in the United States, and if you're looking for a direct link to their site, Just check out the description or the comment section below. I do have links posted in both of those places. And now, without any further ado, let's get to the top 5. Number 5, Surtur Fiery Yodam up 540 to 849. That's a 175% increase. This is from the Assassin's Creed starter kit. It was seeing a tad bit of commander play, sometimes in builds around Yoda the Unifier, for example. Now though, a partner commander deck led by 2 new cards is pushing Surtur's price. Players want Surtur for their new builds around Atreus Impulsive Son and Kratos Stoic Father from the Sony PlayStation God of War Norse Secret Lair. Number 4 is Chronotog, up 550 to 1001. That's a 122% increase. The Tog commander builds run this when you see them, and there is a Chronotog Stasis deck in Pre-Modern, but it's not currently getting a ton of play. A few weeks back, it appeared that Chronotog was the target of a buyout because of its reserve list status. Since then, it has moved down some from its peak price, but it appears that copies have not yet returned to the marketplace. This week, in fact, more copies disappeared, leading to the price jump. At some point, there will be a sell-off, and Chronotog should return to its pre-buyout price. Moving up 2 spots this week to number 3, False Cure. This goes up 571 to 1327. That's a 76% increase. This one-part wonder wasn't seeing much play anywhere until Marvel's Spider-Man came out. Now it's appearing in commander decks around Mr. Negative, and that has caused False Cure's price to spike. Moving down 1 spot this week to number 2, Quantum Riddler up 1077 to 5950. That's a 22% increase. This card's price has been pushed in large part due to Pro Tour Edge of Eternities. It appeared in several decks there, including the Esper Goryo's Vengeance and Esper Generic Blink builds that made it to the top 8. Additionally, this is in modern decks like Jeskai Generic Blink, Azorius Generic Blink, Dimir Midrange, Omnith builds, Jeskai Energy, and Esper Midrange. Standard is about to go through some changes with the banned and restricted list update coming on November 10th. We know that VV Ornithira will be banned at the very least, but Quantum Riddler will still have a big presence there regardless. Right now it's in Izzet Cauldron, Azorius Aggro, Temur Battlecryer combo, and Dimir Control. In Pioneer you see this in Dimir Midrange, Izzet Rona combo, Atraxania form, and Izzet Midrange. Oh, but don't worry, it gets legacy play too. This is found in non-Yorion Beanstalk Control, Azorius Control, Esper Vial, and sometimes Doomsday there. Quantum Riddler is appearing in a few 1v1 dual commander builds like Kefka Court Mage and Satya Aetherflux Genius, for example. It's even seeing some additional play in that format in decks around Spider-Man 2099. Plus, Quantum Riddler is sometimes used to upgrade the Edge of Eternity's Counterintelligence commander deck, and it can be used in fresh builds around the front-facing commander from there in Spirit Flagship Vessel. Long story short, Quantum Riddler is the breakout card from Edge of Eternities, and it's one you should keep an eye on. And finally, coming in at number 1, Insight Engine up $11.73 to $13. That is a 924% increase if you're doing the math at home. This is from the Edge of Eternity's Counterintelligence commander deck, and it does see play in fresh builds around a couple cards from there, in Spirit Flagship Vessel and Kilo Apogee Mine. Insight Engine has been in decks around an Edge of Eternity's card from the main set too, Infinite Guideline Station. Plus, there's a commander deck around Lady Octopus Inspired Inventor from Marvel Spider-Man that's running Insight Engine regularly now too. There is another big reason behind Insight Engine's price spike though. This week, Ben Bateman made an Instagram reel discussing how Insight Engine can be used as a budget replacement for the One Ring and Blue commander decks. The reel brought new attention to the card, and Insight Engine spiked aggressively. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. Interesting week again. I'm surprised we're not seeing some ripples from the Avatar previews. I expected to see Allies, for example, but maybe next week. We'll see how it goes. I will be doing an MTG Arena stream tomorrow, either late morning, early afternoon. This time we're going to play some Power Cube. I'm very excited about that. I did learn the cards a little bit. I played a few practice rounds, so we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Definitely check that out. Until next time, though, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page, as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.